Sequence start. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. All engine running. We have a liftoff.
I believe that this nation should commit itself to achieving the goal before this decade is out of landing a man on the moon and returning him safely to the Earth. No single space project in this period will be more impressive to mankind or more important for the long-range exploration of space, and none will be so difficult or expensive to accomplish.
One small step for man, one giant leap for mankind.
That Apollo program produced technologies that have improved kidney dialysis and water purification systems, sensors to test for hazardous gases, energy-saving building materials, fire-resistant fabrics used by firefighters and soldiers. More broadly, the enormous investment in that era in science and technology, in education and research funding, produced a great outpouring of curiosity and creativity, the benefits of which have been incalculable.
Beginning no later than 2008, we will send a series of robotic missions to the lunar surface to research and prepare for future human exploration.
Main engine ignition and liftoff of the Atlas V rocket with LRO Alacross, America's first step in a lasting return to the moon.
LRO and Alacross are the first steps back to the moon for the United States, paving the way for the return of humans and landers to the surface. The goal is by 2018 originally. That's been pushed out and being reviewed as we review the Ares rocket solution, replacement for shuttle. So it's sometime in the next decade, perhaps, later part of the next decade, or even maybe beyond that, before we probably see humans return to the moon. Constellation was formed to help design the vehicles, the rockets that would replace the shuttle, and then also extend to bring us back to the moon and maybe onto Mars. Constellation also had to then explore the landing vehicles. How would we land on the moon? And that's an interesting story. A lot of good thinkers sat down, a lot of studies were done, and they concluded that the guys who built Apollo pretty much got it right. You know, physics is physics. That's the case. The physics that made Apollo work still holds true today. So that's where we stand now, is we have a design for the Ares and the Orion capsule. Later this summer, Ares 1X will be test launched, we hope. Why do we want to go to the moon? There's just a number of things you can do once you get there to expand our knowledge about ourselves, the solar system, and the universe, really. We learn more in the few years, the 5 years of Apollo studies, than we have in the last 30 years of all the other robotic missions to the moon. Why you want to go there with humans and not just robots is the discovery process is inherently creative, it's inherently spontaneous. So getting a human there with robotics naturally accelerates the discovery process, the learning process, and hand in hand, they're the best combination for actually maximizing what we're going to learn.